Hi, welcome to day 7 of 12 days of single message transform videos and blogs. Today's single message transformation lets you route messages from a Kafka topic to a target system and modify the name of the topic on the way based on the timestamp of the Kafka message. So Kafka messages have timestamps as part of their metadata. So Kafka messages, you've got keys and values, which are the bytes that the producer writes into it, the application writes into it. They also have a timestamp. They also have headers as well if you want to use those, but we're getting off track here. So Kafka messages have timestamps. That timestamp can be set by the producer directly. So your producing application says, here is the timestamp of the message to write. So that might be a business timestamp for the event that we've captured. If the producer doesn't set that timestamp specifically, then it gets set by the broker when the message gets written. There are a couple of different values that can be set there, but by default, it's going to be the time at which the broker receives that message. So Kafka messages have got timestamps. And oftentimes when we push data down to a target system, we might want to put it into a different object name based on a property of that timestamp. So for example, we push it to a database and we want to create different instances of a database table based on maybe the month for which that data came. Or we want to push it to Elasticsearch and have different indices based on the month and the day. So that timestamp element from the Kafka message can be brought into the topic name, and it's the topic name which usually drives the object that we're creating on the target system. So let's look at a specific example. We're going to take a Kafka topic and we're going to push it down to a database. With the JDBC sync connector, like lots of other different sync connectors, the topic is used as the basis for the object name that's populated in the target system. So we're taking a Kafka topic and we're going to push it to a database. The database table will take the name of the topic by default. And what we're going to say is take the timestamp part of the message and add that into the target object. So it modifies the topic on the way through, which is used by the sync connector. So we end up with a nice table name with part of the timestamp in. And you can say which part of the timestamp. You can say I want to use just the year element or the year and month or year, month, day, however you want to do that. So let's see what that looks like. We've got a system here and we're going to pull in some data from a topic. So it's going to look like this. So we've got our JDBC sync connector over here and we're saying push data down to MySQL and we're saying create the table if it doesn't exist. Here's the topic from which we're reading data, day 7-transactions. So that's going to be the table name that's get created by default because that's the topic name. And what we're going to do is we're going to use this transformation here. So here we specify our transforms. We've got one that we're calling add timestamp to topic. As always, this is just a label. This isn't anything specific. We could call it foobar or something like that if we wanted to. And we say the transformation here, it's got a type. The type is timestamp router, which is what we're talking about today. And then we say form the topic name based on the topic and then append the timestamp to it. And the timestamp that we're going to add in is based on that format. So as it passes through this transformation, the topic will mutate from day 7-transactions to day 7-transactions underscore year, month, day of the Kafka message that's passing through. So we go and create that, and it says, okay, I've created the connector. We use the Kafka Connect REST API to check that it's running, and it says our sync connector here is running, as are the tasks within it, which means if we head over into MySQL and we say show tables, it'll say here is a table called day 7-transactions underscore year, month, day. And we can say describe that table and let's see what the schema looks like. And it's going to match the fields that we've got in the source topic. And as well as describing, we can say select star from that table. And there's our data as it comes through. Now, one thing you may notice is that in this data here, we've got fields that have got a date in them. Now, when we're using the timestamp router, it's based on the timestamp in the Kafka message itself. It's not based on the timestamp within the payload. There's a different single message transformation that you can use that as part of Confluent Platform, but Apache Kafka, the timestamp router, is based on the timestamp of the Kafka message itself. So hopefully that's useful. It's short and simple. It actually sounds much more complicated to explain it than it is actually to use it. We say we've got a timestamp in a Kafka message, use that to modify the topic name as it passes through Kafka Connect, and the common use for that is saying sync connectors, which use the topic name for object naming. We can then change the object name that we're going to write to based on that timestamp. Subscribe to the channel, stay tuned for lots more videos all about Apache Kafka and Confluent Platform.